Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with Rookie Scouting Portfolio. We're going to take a look at a couple of plays from Jovon Durante, the wide receiver from Florida Atlantic. And he's about 6 feet, 165 pounds. Maybe he's closer to 170, 175 at this point. We'll find out at some point during his pro day or if he's at the combine. But one of the things that I'm trying to look for when it comes to a smaller player is when they're that light, do they have compensating factors to ride the ride in the NFL? Meaning, can they play physical? Can they withstand physical play? This play is a good example of that. It's a slant. You can see him have to turn away from the break point to make the catch. Good job using the active hands, turning away here. And he turns into that defender who's able to kind of put his helmet right across the chest. And the ball stays intact. So this is a nice play from Durante. You know, that's kind of what you want to see. Is he willing to go over the middle? Is he willing to, adjust to a ball when he knows that there's going to be a defender who basically has the scopes on him? And this is nice. It just shows you a little bit of toughness. So how about the next play? Let's take a look at that next play. Is he only willing to throw his body around when the ball's in the air? Or is he willing to throw his body around when he doesn't have the ball? And there he is at the bottom right with the safety right here. And I like the fact that even though he doesn't get the angle he wants, he dives in there to try and throw that man off track, and he's willing to leave his feet to do so. Now, could this be called a penalty? Pretty close to being so. But to me, what I'm looking for here is after a play where you take some punishment and you catch the ball, you're going to pop right back up, and now you're going to try and dish some punishment into the exact same player. Yes. Well, that's not the same guy. It doesn't look like. But that's good. That's what you want to see, is you want to see a player who can take physical contact and who's willing to dish it out, even at a smaller size. I also like Durante's ability to work through physical play as a route runner. I mean, this is an unbelievably physical play, but you can imagine that with smaller players, oftentimes they get disrupted when somebody's pushing on them and pulling at their jersey like this. And he doesn't have a problem at all. Nice little weight drop there. Very tight turn. And then look at this ability coming back to the ball and extending his hand. I mean, that's perfect hand position with his thumbs together like that. Catches the front of the ball. And look at his toes just dragging there. And as the defender hits his legs, just dragging out of bounds with both feet. Fantastic comeback here. So the nice part about being kind of a light-footed guy like this is the ability to stop on a dime like that. But again, that physical play and just technically sound. Feet together, look at that. Just kind of elevates onto his toes so he can drag as he catches it, takes the contact. Excellent. Will I tell you that Jovon Durante is going to be a starting receiver in the NFL, the next T.Y. Hilton? Yeah, I don't know about that. There's more that I have to watch with him. I like what I see in many respects, but I think at the very least, he's shown the ability to be a special teams player, a return specialist, and maybe a receiver in 4 or 5 receiver sets at some point early on in his career. The rest is going to be up to how he approaches his development. But what I do know, and makes me feel fairly good about him, is this really 2 qualities: handling physical contact, giving it and taking it. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.